I, 17F, live in a joint family of 5 people: my dad, mom, grandma, and younger brother. I am a native Indian teenager, so it is important to understand how different and more serious this situation is as compared to the Western world. Basically, it all happened when I was between the ages of 6 to 11, so basically 5 years-ish, as I don't remember the exact time as it went on for years. So my grandpa died in 2020 when I was 13, so during the time when this happened he was alive and well, and also the head of the family, kind of. Both my dad and grandpa are criminal lawyers, and my mom is a teacher, so you can say my family is well educated in that sense. So now to the trauma. My grandpa is the oldest of 8 brothers, so I have a lot of distant extended family, and in India, even if you don't know the people, they are family and equally as respected if you ever meet them. As a result of this, I have a lot of uncles and cousins I have never met or meet very rarely. One of my uncles would always visit us twice or thrice every year for a month or two for work in our city. As he was family, he would stay in our house, and not in a hotel, obviously. The earliest I remember is when I was around 6 to 7 years old. I would sit in our main hall where the TV is in the afternoon after lunch, when everyone was asleep, and watch TV after school till everyone woke up. That was like an everyday routine of mine. I remember every day my uncle would come out of the guest bedroom and sit behind me on the sofa while I watched TV. He would gradually come and slowly sit exactly beside me, very uncomfortably close, and as you probably may guess by now, he would slide his hands down there and touch me. He was a grown adult doing this to a 6 to 7-year-old. I remember how painful it felt that I would just freeze and let him do what he was, and when he was done I would run to the bathroom and take a bath since it burned so much down there. This went on for almost 4 to 5 years. I couldn't understand what was happening to me as I was so young and told my parents this when a friend of mine told me it was not okay and I need to tell some adult I trust. I told them. A whole scene ensued, but I don't remember everything in detail. I just remember that my grandpa warned him to never come back and kicked him out of the house the next morning. So basically he was let off with a flick on the wrist. This has affected my sexual experience a lot. I feel scared of intimacy and freeze when a guy does anything more than holding hands. Me and my boyfriend got together at 15, and now we're 17. It took more than a year to not freeze and actually kiss him back when he kissed me. Even though I wanted to, my body wouldn't let me. I have since somewhat overcame this. I used to self-harm less than a year back because of this, but my boyfriend has given the will to live back. I pretend to not remember what happened to me in front of my family so that I don't have to talk about it. But recently my parents have started telling to not wear shorts in the house. Mind you, in India wearing shorts outside is a big deal still, as showing skin is common, but only in certain places like the mall, a restaurant, etc., but definitely not where my house is, as it is a pretty dangerous area, with poor people mostly who are not educated, so I understand if my parents tell me to not wear shorts outside. But now they have started threatening to throw my shorts out if I continue, and when I asked for a reason they said, "What if someone comes in the house and you're like this?" So now I have to worry about people's opinion in my house? I obviously lashed out and said, if you guys cared so much of my safety, you wouldn't have let that guy do that to me for so many years, and still went to his wedding last year as family. They obviously felt bad, but also, as typical Indian parents, didn't want to apologize and said I'm using something that happened years ago to get back them for everything. Mind you, they don't know I used to self-harm and still think about it. I don't plan on telling, as I'm sure it'll get blamed on my phone and exposure to social media. I do feel bad for saying what I did and using it against them when they just trying to keep me safe, I guess, but I still hold resentment for what happened. My dad came up to me and said we'll go where he lives someday, and I can beat him up and nobody will stop me. I do understand what happened was my grandpa's decision and he was the authority back then, and that my parents are trying their best, but I still cannot let this go as it still affects me mentally and physically to this day. So, AITA for blaming them for what happened?